I think we are live on YouTube. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. I think we're live. Are you seeing?
I see you.
All right.
I see
Yay.
live.
Okay. Hello. Hello, YouTube. How's it going? We have a lot of great information. I recently did a video on the payment proof for BTC Storm. I keep wanting to call it BTC Cloud. So if I do that, I'm misspeaking because it's just in my brain. So I recently did that video this weekend for the payment proof. That was me joining and earning as a free member to see if they actually did pay out as promised, and they did. So everything worked out really well. And I believe Donald has also initiated his first payout, which is already on the blockchain. Is that correct?
Yep, that is correct. It is on the blockchain.
Awesome. So on the blockchain, mine took about, 6 to 8 hours or so to confirm. But once it's on the blockchain, it's there. It's on its way. We're going to talk to you guys about advertising. This is something that I know that I get some questions about, and Donald probably gets a lot more questions about because he talks about it a little bit more. But this is how to build up your downline and your referral base, and he's going to do a little presentation about that in just a few minutes. I'm just going to tell you guys really quickly about a few things that are coming up. A lot of you have been asking. I have made the how to get into BitConnect for free video. I think I'm titling it something like the BitConnect $100 challenge, and that is where I'm going to show you how you can get in for free using the free programs. I recently uploaded a video on getting you started on the Faucets to kind of set up those accounts. If you want to watch that, you can find it on my channel. There's a lot of new content coming. I'm going to try to, I'm not going to be posting this amount of content every week. It just happens to coincide with what we're doing. So there's going to be a lot of videos and things coming up. I'm going to be doing more videos showing you guys some specific strategies on how to earn a little bit extra with these free programs and how to leverage that into things like advertising or mining or BitConnect or whatever. Use it for whatever it is that you want. But for now, I am going to pass it over to Donald because he's going to tell us about advertising, and I'm really excited to hear this. So go right ahead, Donald, and begin when you are ready.
Well, I guess there's no time like the present. All right, guys, I'm going to teach you 3 things today. These 3 things right here will greatly increase the amount of referrals you get, and not just 10x Bitcoin and not just the Faucets or anything like every business you can possibly think of that's online. You do these 3 things and you will get referrals. If you've logged on to my YouTube channel and saw any of my videos, you can clearly see. Let me go ahead and just screen share something real quick, just so you know that I'm not, let's see here, hit share. All right, can everybody see my back office in BTC Storm?
I see it.
All right, I'm going to click here on partners. I'm going to click here on referral stats. Look at that right there. My first level is 396, 155 on my second. And we figured out this is some type of little glitch, but there's like 11 or 12 or maybe even 15 on my third level. So I get referrals there. If you look at my back office at BTC Clicks, and I haven't even given BTC Clicks a whole lot of love lately, it's sitting at 310. Now, would you guys be interested in learning how to get that? I'm sure you would. So let me explain. Here are the top 3 things. Number 1. Now, this is coming from a marketer that I followed for years. This is his number 1 piece of advice, and he is a 6-digit figure earner. It breaks it down into 2 words: slam traffic. You need to slam as much traffic as you possibly can to whatever it is you are offering. Because when you first come online, you are just one itty bitty tiny little fish in this ocean of literally hundreds of thousands of people out there with thousands of different programs, and you're just one little guy. So you need to do everything possible to slam traffic to your offer, whatever it is. That's the importance of advertising. You keep advertising, you slam traffic every day, you will start to get referrals. I ran a little case study using BTC Storm. When Justine brought BTC Storm to me, everybody knows the next day I had referrals. Not counting the 30 or so that I know I got from BTC Clicks. I jumped into some of my mailers that I use, that I've built up over time, that I've actually upgraded at because I've taken money I've earned and built them up. I sent that ad over the course of 4 days to 1.3 million inboxes. Out of those 1.3 million emails, I had only 45,000 visits to my webpage. Out of those 45,000 visits, I got 180 signups. Out of those 180 signups, I went through and counted. Only 30 of them actually go in there and repurchase, either with their free earnings or with, they decide to put some of their own money in. I did the same thing with 10x Bitcoin. Again, I sent it to those 1.3 million inboxes. Got 23,000 visits that amounted to 59 signups in like the same 4-day period. You want to slam as much traffic as you can. We talked about on the previous hangout how when Justine did bring BTC Storm to me, I put it up on BTC Clicks because there is targeted traffic. And the next day we had what, 40 or 50 referrals in my downline, Justine? Do you even remember the number?
I want to say it was 40, 45 or so, because I was like, whoa, he really did start promoting. So yeah.
Exactly. So that is like the number one thing. If you take anything away from this hangout today, take those 2 words, slam traffic, embed it in your head, write it on a Post-it note, stick it on your computer. If you're a female, take some lipstick and, write it on your mirror in your bathroom so that every morning when you go get ready, you know that today you need to slam traffic. You do that, that alone right there will increase your referrals greatly. I'm now going to jump now to the second thing you want to do. The second thing you want to do is you want to personalize your marketing. What happens when you sign up for any program? They say, bring us referrals and we'll give you credits, we'll give you points, we'll give you commission. They'll give you something. Bring us referrals, we'll give you compensation. Here are a few of our banner ads. Here is your referral link. Now go out and do it. Well, here's the problem with that. Guess what? Everyone else has the same banner ads. Everyone else's referral link takes them to the same homepage. Now, if you, let's say you're cruising on BTC Clicks, and you happen to come across an ad for 10x Bitcoin that takes you to the front page. You've probably seen that front page a dozen times already. You're not paying it any attention. You're just going to sit there and twiddle your thumbs, wait for the countdown timer to count down, click the little button, claim your Satoshi, move on to the next thing. But what would happen, I'm going to share this with you, what would happen if you came across this? Is this showing up? You see Unicorn Girl Presents?
Yes, I do.
Now you see this. Now, if you look, there's a little video here that plays, and it's Justine's video. And as Justine is, she points out in her video why she likes 10x Bitcoin. She shows you her back office. She tools around and shows you a few things. Things you're not going to see just looking at that front page that everyone else is showing. She's also, she's a female. Because you hear a female voice, she's now going to gravitate a little towards a female audience. Female people are going to hear her speak, and okay, it's a female. If Justine happens to mention something about her personal life, she's single, she's married, she got a boyfriend, she does this part-time on the side because she's busy working. Well, how many people out there, got the job, got the kids, got whatever, but she finds the time to do this and make some money on it, other people are going to be like, well, yeah, I've got the job and I got the kids and I got this and I got that. But if she can do it, why can't I? You get a little bit of her personal life as you're going along, whether she realizes it or not, whether she realizes it or not, you're learning something about your sponsor. If she threw up a YouTube video and she managed to sound like a complete idiot, then you're going to walk away from her. But if she puts up a nice video like this and shows that, hey, she knows what she's doing, now when you're cruising on BTC Clicks, who are you going to sign up under? Are you going to sign up under the guy who just keeps throwing up the same generic banners, the same generic front page? Or are you going to sign up with someone who's actually giving you a tiny piece of education? Think about that. The whole thing at the end of the day is you want to tell your story. People don't care about your program. They want to know about you. You are the one that they're coming towards for this information. I don't care what program you're in or what program Justine's in. If Justine throws a program at me because I know her, I know what she's doing, I've seen her YouTube videos, whatever, I'm going to be more inclined to reach over there, click her link, and check it out. She got a referral. And if I like what I see, I go out and start promoting it. The third thing you want to start doing with people, build relationships. I'm going to tell you a quick little story here. That's the best way to teach people, is to tell them a story. I was perusing on YouTube one day and I came across a channel and there was these two gentlemen and this lady, and they were teaching people, you know, who are brand new, how to leverage the faucets, how to leverage these free mining programs, how to leverage all these things back and forth, and teaching people, you know, especially for the brand new person, what they need to be doing. And as I was watching these videos, I couldn't quite relate to the two gentlemen, but I was at least able to relate to the lady. So I eventually reached out to her. I introduced myself. I gave her a little bit of background. I found a common connection. Hey, we're in these following programs. Here are some of my results. Do you want to kind of like collaborate or work together on something? And of course, after dealing with YouTube technicalities and finally being able to make contact, we started emailing each other back and forth. Then one day this lady says, hey, I'm experimenting with something. You want to try it out with me? I said, sure, send me your link. I signed up. I liked it. The next day, I started promoting it, started getting referrals. About, I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe 6 days later, I came across a program that I liked. And I said, hey, do you want to experiment this with me? She said, yeah, send me your link. Why did she do that? Because we've already built this relationship. I know what she wants. She knows what I'm looking for. So at this point in our relationship, it's okay for us to start slinging links back and forth because we've built ourselves up to that point. But if you are like some of these other people, like the guy did this morning where he emailed me and all of a sudden he just blurted out an ad for 10x Bitcoin. I was like, sorry, I'm already in 10x Bitcoin. I got 88 referrals. You can't help me. Move along. The next email, he starts questioning me, what programs you in? What, are you in this program? Are you in this program? Are you in this program? And he starts sending me his links. I'm like, I don't know this guy. Why in the world would I sign up with him? And if he did send me a program that I'm not in, but I know Justine's in, I'll be like, oh, well, maybe I should go contact Justine, because me and her have built this relationship where I can do that. This other guy, he's not building a relationship. Well, actually, he is building a relationship with me. He's building a negative relationship. I don't want anything to do with this guy. You don't want to go out there and say, hi, how are you? Come join me at, and throw out your link. People don't like that. That just ticks them off. You're going to turn them off. They're going to go look at your company, and then they're going to go on YouTube or they're going to go on Google, and they're going to find someone they can relate to, and they're going to sign up under them. So you do those 3 things. You slam traffic, you personalize your marketing, and you build relationships. You do those 3 things right there, and your referral count will go up. I guarantee it. I don't care what program it is. I don't care if it's a free faucet, or I don't care if it's one of those $100 a month programs. The only thing is, if you're going up to those $100 a month programs, you better slam way more traffic. You better personalize your marketing a whole lot more, and you need to build a whole lot more relationships. That's it. Done. Do that. You're solid. All right, Justine, back over to you.
That was great. That was a lot of really, really good information and things for people to think about. We do have some viewers right now. I don't know if anybody has any questions. If you guys have any questions, just please go into the little chat box and type in your question. And if you're watching this on the replay, you can also type in your questions, and we'll answer them either through the, we'll just reply to them, or we'll get to them at some other later broadcast. And I do want to talk a little bit about what Donald was talking about, building relationships. I see a lot of people making the mistake of, oh, well, you're in my contact list. I'm just going to send you any information to any program that I want to. And especially if I don't even have any kind of a rapport or anything with you. And that's spam, guys. Like, there are a lot of people that are giving out false information, or I would say some bad information, that are saying, just build your list or build your contacts and just send everything out to everyone. And the same thing for Facebook messages. If you're just randomly sending people links because they're your Facebook friend, that's stuff that's not okay. That's unprofessional, and it's not. You'll look up the CAN spam compliancy, and you'll find that that's not okay. That's not even compliant with the CAN Spam Act. So just be careful with what you're doing. There's a difference between building a genuine relationship where it's a give and take, where you have a conversation with somebody, them, you're like, okay, this is what you're into, this is what I'm into. Maybe I'll find something that I find is interesting to you, or you find something that's interesting to me. There's a difference there between that and just friending a bunch of people and sending them your links, and that's it, because that's not okay. And also commenting on YouTube channels with just your link, that's also not okay, and that's spam as well. I'm getting a lot of that on this channel. You guys don't see it because I'm very quick about blocking those people and removing those messages. But just if I'm talking to the people that are actual people and not just spam bots, because there are lots of those as well. If you're just replying to a video with your own referral link, especially if it's a referral link to the program that the video is talking about, that's not okay either. And I do want to tell you guys that I will not post links in the comments. If I want to post a link, it's going to be in the description box. And the only other person that's allowed to post any type of link on my channel is Donald. So if you're seeing links from anybody besides myself or Donald, then that person is spamming the channel. And don't click those links, because you never know what they're going to lead to. There could be all kinds of problems. So just kind of wanted to address that as well, and hopefully clear up some confusion between the difference between, if even if you have a lot of Facebook friends or a lot of Skype contacts, it's not okay to just send your link to them, because you're just going to piss them off. And there's better ways of doing it. Building actual relationships with people, and building relationships with people and then recruiting them helps you out really well, because you guys can work together on a program, as opposed to just signing up some random person that you don't know, who might just quit within a day or so. So those are some things to really start thinking about. Anything else you want to add to that particular subject, Donald? Oh, looks like I lost audio for you, Donald. I'm not hearing you. Are you muted? You might be muted. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, you're muted. Okay, there you go.
All those techno glitches. Yeah. Let me give you another little story. Remember, I told you in my previous the previous hangout that I was up in those higher tier programs, the $50 type programs. Well, my sponsor in those programs actually started helping me out. She was a very nice lady. We communicated back and forth on other subjects besides business. We happened to be on Facebook, so we friended each other on Facebook. And now I see her not only as a business person, but I can see a little touch of her personal life. Now, eventually, that program crapped the bed, basically. It went out. It wasn't her fault. There's no blame on her. She was just a member just like I am, but we still maintained contact. Well, once me and Justine were working on, the BTC Storm thing and the 10x Bitcoin thing or whatever, she just happened to send me a random Facebook message saying, "Hi, how are you doing? What's going on with your life?" And I filled her in on, you know, personal things in life. And then I said, "Yeah, I'm working with a lady online. We're showing people who don't have any money how to leverage free faucets and whatnot in Bitcoin. Let me know if you're interested." A little while later, she sent me another message saying, "Yeah, I'm interested. Send me your info." She's now a member of 10x Bitcoin. Another case in point, there's another lady on my Facebook page who she's absolutely brand new. She has very few technical skills. She has very little money. That right there is a perfect prospect for what me and Justine are trying to do. So of course, we're chit-chatting, you know, back and forth on Facebook. We've built that relationship. We're not just spamming links. And every once in a while, she'll come up to me, and she, matter of fact, like about a week ago, she came up to me and said, "Donald, I see you're having some success when you use your emailers. What do you know about this particular emailer program?" And I had heard about it, but I had never signed up for it. I looked at it, looked all right, and I said, "Yeah, if you want to try it, give it a try. That one looks like a pretty legit company." So a couple days passed. She sent me another message. "Oh, Donald, I'm so excited. I just sent out my first solo ad. Yay." I'm like, "Congratulations." A couple days later passes, and she's like, "Donald, I got my first referral. Yay." And I'm like, "Awesome." And then I turned around and said, "You know what? She got a referral. Hey, how about you send me your link?" She sent me her link. I signed up. I tooled around the back office a little bit. I took some money that I had lying around, and I actually bought myself a solo ad from her link. The next thing I know, I get a message from her, "Donald, did you buy something? I got a referral commission." I could be wrong, but I think that's the first referral commission she ever got online. Why did she get that referral commission? She built a relationship with me. She's not just spamming me links back and forth. We actually communicate like real people. In fact, luckily you guys can't see my screen right now because she popped up another message all happy about something. I have to go check that out after this hangout and see what's going on there. So she's out there, she's slamming traffic. She actually has her own blog. You don't have to make YouTube videos. You can, if you're not comfortable with YouTube videos, make a blog. And of course, she's out there building relationships, and now she's starting to see success. There you go. All right, back to you, Justine. Go ahead and take control for a few minutes. I need to step away and take care of something. I'll be back in like 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. That's great. And that's really, I love hearing these little success stories, because and that kind of thing makes me feel good too. If I'm helping somebody out and I know that they're working and they're seeing results, and it makes my heart feel good. So that's really great. And I know the person that he's talking about, well, I don't know them personally, but he has spoken of her before. So congratulations. Awesome. Great job. I do want to address a question that I received via Skype this morning. And something that I'm going to talk about in my future videos about the faucets and leveraging the faucets into other programs. But I want to kind of address this because this was a pretty smart question, and I wanted to tell you guys about it. If you're looking to purchase Hashflare, and what Hashflare is cloud mining, and you can purchase for as little as $1.50. You can start cloud mining with Hashflare for very, very, very low cost. It's one of the things that I recommend for people if they're just starting out with the faucets and they want to start putting that faucet money into something else. I usually will direct them to Hashflare, and you can see there's Hashflare links in my videos, pretty much in all my videos, because Hashflare is one of the things that I really, really like. This person asked me the question of how do you get the faucet earnings into your Hashflare account? Because with Hashflare, what you have to do is you have to create an order. So you have to go in your back office, buy hash rate, click it, click through it. It's very easy. There's a little slider thing. Click through it. Then when you go to purchase, select purchase with Bitcoin. And what it will do is it will create a purchase order for you, and it will create a temporary Bitcoin address for you to send to. You have 2 hours to initiate a transaction into this address. Otherwise, it times out, and then your payment will take a while to get put back to you. It's just, it's a big mess. So make sure that if you're going to be doing that with Hashflare, you're able to initiate that payment within 2 hours. And what I suggest for people, and especially for people that are using CoinPot, you can't directly do that with CoinPot because you don't know when your payout's going to come. It's usually once a day, but they don't tell you when that's going to happen. So what I usually do is I transfer my funds from CoinPot into free Bitcoin. And free Bitcoin, there's a reason why it was the first faucet that I mentioned on my channel, is because it's a great wallet to use. And what you can do is there are 2 options from free Bitcoin. You hit the withdraw button. It will take you to the instant. And if you want the transaction to go through, say you're purchasing a lot, you don't want to wait. Just hit the instant transaction, put in the Bitcoin address that you generated from Hashflare, and then click on accept the fees and all that kind of stuff and send the payment. You can do it that way. You can also do it the slow way. And you'll see this box when you hit withdraw. You get the weekly, the slow, and the instant. If you look below the bottom of the box on the slow, there's a countdown timer there. That timer will tell you when the next payment batch is going out. Sometimes that is 6 hours. Sometimes you're lucky and it's 15, 20 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. Make sure that if you're doing a purchase to Hashflare, that counter is below 2 hours. I actually recommend that people wait for a half an hour. And if you look and it says 4 hours and 30 minutes, make a mental note or set a timer for yourself for 15 minutes. Until that timer runs out, and then start initiating your transaction with Hashflare so that you don't worry about that transaction timing out, because you only have that 2 hours. And that way, doing it the slow way, you can actually save a lot on your Bitcoin fees. Doing it that way, you save, you end up usually spending approximately 10% of what you would do if you sent it instantly, or if you sent it from other wallets that don't do those bulk payments. So that is something that was a great question that came up, and I'm going to talk about that on my upcoming videos, but I wanted to address that because that was something that I thought that's a really good question. I don't know if Donald is still with us. Are you back yet, Donald? No. Okay, he's dealing with real life stuff. If you guys have any questions, there are a few viewers right now. If you want to type them in the little live chat box, I can try to address them.
Can you hear me now?
As they come in, I can hear you.
All right. Well, before you go on, I don't mind doing this real quick. Let me, survey says, all right, can y'all see my Hashflare back office?
No, I see your picture.
You see my picture. Oh, let's see here. Oh, wait, helps if I hit that button. Duh.
Helps if you screen share, yeah.
Yeah, it helps. All right, now can you see it?
Yeah, now I can see it. Awesome.
All right, here's how easy it is to buy hashes. As you can see, I'm at 8.53 terahashes, and it looks like today I'll make $11.25. All you gotta do is hit this little green shopping cart button right here. It'll open up this little thing, and then you slide the little slider to where you want it to go. And if you look right here, it'll tell you how much in dollars and how much in Bitcoin. So let's see, for example, here, how much? I'll actually see if I can do a demonstration. Off the top, anybody have a Bitcoin calculator up? Tell me how much this is worth right about now. Let's see. 2 USD. All right, I got $8.82 to play with. All right, so we'll do that. All right. I'll give you a demonstration right now. This is if you already have money in your account. You can do it this way. If you don't have money in the account, do what Justine just said about transferring it from your wallet. In fact, I didn't even know about that thing about free Bitcoin. So thank you, Justine, for teaching me that.
You're welcome.
All right, I got $8 and change, so I can safely buy. Oh, get over there, 750. Come on, slide over one more. There we go. Oh, don't want to cooperate.
And if you find that slider isn't working for you, it doesn't matter, because it'll take you to the purchase page where you can use a different method of putting in how much hash power you want to get. So just
all right.
FYI.
Cool. All right, cool.
Just hit proceed, and it will let you edit it when you get to the cart.
All right, so it looks like I'm ready to get myself 50 GHS. I come over here and hit proceed. I then come here and I select payment method. I want to pay from my balance. I will confirm that I have read the terms and conditions. Hit confirm. Let it do its thing. It's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning. Purchase was successful. Enjoy. Let me go back to my dashboard. And boom, it should hit here shortly. Well, I didn't even see what I was at, 8.53. Now I'm at 8.58, I believe.
Yeah, I think it went through.
Yep, it went through. That easy. So once you do what Justine keeps telling you, build up your faucet money, build up your BTC Clicks money, build up whatever money you've got. And if you're interested in mining on HashFlare, do what she says about bringing that money over here. And then once you got your money in here, you can just recycle it. I had reinvest turned off, but if you really want to be lazy, you can just come over here, click reinvest. I'll put reinvest in SHA 256, because that's what I want to reinvest in. Hit save. And now I don't have to worry about it. Reinvest settings successfully saved. I can forget all about my HashFlare account and it just runs automatically. All right. All right, Justine, I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, and a quick thing about HashFlare, the good thing about purchasing with your balance is you don't have to pay any transaction fees because it's already in there. So that's another way to sort of to leverage those free earnings. And you can uncheck that box at any time if you decide that, oh, well, you know what, I want to build up because I want to get a payout, or if you want to do kind of a 50-50 split, which a lot of people do, they'll put 50% back in and they'll take 50% out. You can uncheck that box at any time, but if you want to just let it automatically reinvest for you, it will do that. It will do that as soon as it does the payments. It'll run the payments, and then it will check everybody's account. Everybody that has that box clicked once a day, it will purchase for you. So it's not an instant thing. That has come up too. People are like, I clicked the box and it didn't go through. If you want to do a manual payment, you can do that as well, and you can do that even if you have that box clicked, the auto reinvest clicked. You can just do exactly what he did and go through the process and do the manual payment before it hits that the time. I believe it's about 2 a.m. UTC time, right around 2:30, something like that. So depending on where you're at in the world, that might be really super early, or it might just be like in 8 o'clock at night or something. So that's another great thing about HashFlare. Thank you for that little demonstration there. I didn't want to mess up Google and do 2 screen shares in one Hangout, because we know how that can work out.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but yeah. I've noticed it's roughly a 3 to 4 hour gap from the moment you get your daily earnings to the moment they actually reinvest it for you. For me, I get my earnings between 11 and midnight, and then somewhere between midnight to 3 o'clock in the morning is when they reinvest it for me. So if I happen to be up at that time of day, I'll go in there and manually do it. But it's no biggie. If I forget, they're going to put it back in for me anyway. And I just let it build up. I mean, a few months ago, I didn't have 8 point whatever terahashes. I was operating on, 0.0 something terahashes. I just started it. And then eventually, here's another thing you want to do. And again, taking in the normal caveats of please don't risk any money you can't afford to lose. If you have some extra money lying around, put it into something like HashFlare. Because we keep talking about, well, you need to advertise. You need to advertise. You need to advertise. There are times, as you saw, I had the reinvest button turn off. I will turn off my reinvest button, let it run for a week, take out that money, and now that money lets me advertise over at BTC Clicks. It lets me upgrade at one of these mailers that I'm enjoying. In fact, like that lady I mentioned earlier, her first commission check. That's where my money came from. I went into HashFlare, turned off HashFlare reinvest for a while, came back in a couple of days later, took that money out, sent it to where I needed to go. Boom. Problem solved. That you work in both ends of the spectrum. You work down here on the free faucets and get that income, and then put that income to work for you somewhere else. And now you start that whole chain. You're making a little bit of money over here, you're making a little money over here, and you just keep. It's the circle of life, folks. Just keeps going round, round, and round. All right, back to you, Justine.
Awesome. I think we've covered a lot of information, and if you guys need to rewatch this video and take some notes over Donald's presentation, if a lot of that stuff might be new to you, I recommend that people write them down. You either write them down on paper or type them up on your computer, whichever method works well for you. That'll also help you if you write things down physically. That'll help you remember them as well. If you have any questions, please leave them in in the comments below, because we're about ready to wrap up on this video. I was going to do I am in the process of doing another experiment video, but because I have so much stuff going on, you guys are just going to have to wait until next week for me to launch that. But this one seems pretty cool. I may, if we do another Hangout between now and then, I may give you guys on the Hangout link, those links a few days earlier before I put those pages on YouTube, because people seem to like my experiment videos. I like doing them. You guys like watching them, so I'm going to keep doing them. And this one seems pretty promising. Of course, it's free, and it ties in with everything else. Like, there's a method to the madness here. We're bringing things to you that will help you build. You'll build one thing and build another, and kind of zigzag and things like that. Unless you have anything else do you have anything else to add, Donald?
Well, unless something changes, I believe that we have another Hangout scheduled for next Tuesday. There's an event taking place on Tuesday that we might just want to be there for. Go ahead and tell them all about it.
Yeah, we're doing a little 10x Bitcoin launch party. It'll probably start at about a half an hour after the official launch of that program. We're going to do a live hangout. We're going to do a chit chat. It's for members and non-members. If you're not in 10x Bitcoin, that's fine. We can talk about other things. But yeah, we're going to do a little launch celebration party on this channel. And speaking of 10x Bitcoin, they're going through some updates right now. So you might look, if you're logged in, you might see that your back office is a little funky. If you're not logged in, it's going to give you a message that says, I'm sorry, you can't log in until, some estimated time. It's because they're working on updates right now. So don't let that freak you out. If you're in your back office and you see that your numbers have changed, this is pretty normal as updates are happening. So that's nothing to really worry about at this point. Just wanted to give you guys a little heads up. They're updating things. They're probably preparing for the launch. But if your back office looks kind of wacky, don't freak out and contact support yet. If after they've done the updates and they've notified everybody, and the people that aren't logged in are allowed to log in, if you're still having account issues, then at that point I would consider contacting support. But just don't do that right now, because they're working on things, and you may not be able to sign up for 10x Bitcoin as well during this period. It's because they're updating their database and all this kind of lovely stuff, and it will tell you. It'll be like, I'm sorry, these are disabled for right now. So just keep those things in mind. But yeah, we're going to have a little launch party. It's going to be about 11:30 a.m. Eastern time on the 14th. So please make sure that you attend that. And if you have any questions, of course, like always, we will answer them to the best of our abilities. I think that's about it. Anything else you want to add, Donald?
Just go ahead, guys. If you have questions, write them down, like you said. We'll answer those questions during the launch party. I mean, we discussed a lot of things. We discussed about slamming traffic. We talked about personalizing your marketing. We talked about building relationships. So we can go, like now, and we can go into like something specific. How to slam traffic, how to personalize your marketing, how to build relationships. So if you have questions on that, write them down. Post them up there during our next chat. We'll happily answer them while we watch the launch of 10x Bitcoin and see what goes on there.
Exactly, and those are a lot of advanced sort of techniques, if you will, like the slamming the traffic and the building a relationship. So you might have a lot of questions, and that's perfectly fine. We're here to help you answer questions to the best of our ability. So we hope to see you live on that launch party on the 14th. Yeah, I'm going to plan it around 11:30 a.m. to give us time to get into our back offices and things like that beforehand. And of course, with any launch, you're probably going to run into some server timeouts. The website might even be knocked offline for a little while. That's because of all the connections. Again, those are all normal things that happen with every website. So I think we're going to wrap up this discussion so that it doesn't go too long. But please subscribe to both of our channels. Subscribe to Donald's if you're not already on mine. Please hit the subscribe button, because we have a lot of updates coming. And I'll custom make videos according to the feedback that I get from people. So don't be afraid to comment in the sections. Just please don't leave any links, because all of those will be deleted and marked as spam. And that's,
or we might just sign up, and we'll just sign up under somebody else.
Yeah, and if I feel like it, I might even report you to that company itself, because most companies have a zero tolerance for spam. So if you get reported from somebody, if somebody does a screenshot and they send it to that company, you can actually lose your account and all of your commissions. I don't normally do that. I'll do that if somebody is really persistent, but just keep that in mind before you post a link, that you could potentially lose your lose your account, look at the terms and conditions. Most of these companies have a 0 tolerance for spam. And if you're sending out links just randomly to people and as random comments, and that's what you're doing, you're spamming them. So keep that in mind, because you don't want to lose your account either. So there's that. Anyway, please leave comments, questions, write them down for the next live hangouts, or write them in the comments, and we'll keep a log of them, and we'll try to discuss them live if at all possible. Otherwise, we will see you on other hangouts and videos and all that fun stuff. Bye, guys.
All right, guys. Bye.